Today, all day on April 14th, 2026, Mercury in Pisces is at a critical degree. And within hours, late tonight, it will ignite into Aries. We aren't talking about a calm or diplomatic type of energy. This energy is pressure turning into action really fast. Right now, we are looking at rising global tension, especially surrounding the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical choke points on Earth. And astrologically, the timing is exact. Mercury at 29 degrees Pisces represents confusion reaching a breaking point, hidden information surfacing, emotional and psychological overload. But here's the key: this degree doesn't hold, it forces a shift. As Mercury enters Aries late tonight, everything will change. We will go from unclear to direct, passive to aggressive, internal to external. And it doesn't enter quietly. Mercury is stepping into an Aries cluster. Mars, Saturn, Neptune, they're all in Aries. Mars is about action, conflict. Saturn is about pressure and consequences. Neptune is about confusion and miscalculation. This is a volatile mix. This is where words can turn into action instantly. Now look at the pressure point, Hygeia and Cancer. Hygeia represents protection, health, preservation, and in Cancer, it's about the homeland, safety, emotional security. Hygeia is under stress. She is square Mars, Saturn, Neptune, all in Aries, so there's a pressure to act. There's a lot of restriction and fear, uncertainty, and illusion. Protect versus react. Defend versus escalate. This isn't balanced energy, it's reactive, pressure, decision making. At the same time, the moon is in Pisces, so we are talking about emotional overwhelm. Palace is in Pisces, so there's a shakeup. There's an unclear strategy here. So decisions may not come from clarity, they may come from perception, fear, or misinterpretation. Today is certainly a threshold moment. Mercury at 29 Pisces says something has reached its limit. And late tonight, when Mercury goes into Aries, Mercury in Aries says now something happens. So we need to watch communication, watch the decisions, watch how fast things are going to move because this energy isn't going to sit still. It's going to ignite tonight. But even in the middle of all of this, pressure and potential escalation, there is also symbolic support for cooperation, for course correction, and strategic alignment that considers a bigger picture, not just the immediate trigger. Because Hygeia has supportive trines to Selena in Virgo, Juno in Aquarius, and the North Node in Pisces. So there is a precision discernment with the ability to correct what's off. There could also be some unusual alliances, agreements, relationships that are based on collective information. There could be a pull toward compassion, de escalation, and a higher collective understanding. The shift definitely tones down with these supportive trines from Hygeia because even in all of this escalating energy, there is a path to de escalate, but it's going to require clarity, restraint, and conscious choice in the moment. Right tonight, when Mercury goes into Aries, we're going to see, or we could be seeing, a lot of warrior mind, thinking, communications that are quick and not playing the tape all the way through. Mercury in Pisces reacts and communicates and thinks a lot differently than Mercury in Aries. So tonight, when Mercury goes into Aries, we could be seeing a fast paced, action oriented type of communication. Mercury in Aries is blunt. It is direct communications. It's a warrior mind. It goes quickly, like the speed of light, with its thinking and its actions. So this placement with Aries is very strong. Tonight, when Mercury joins the stellium in Aries, Saturn, Neptune, and Mars, it's going to be so intense. With the Middle East, it's not even funny. And we see definitely that the lunar nodes of fate right now are at a 641 degree. That 641 degree, Donald Trump and Netanyahu both have that in their natal chart, and it comes with war. That 641 degree that they have in their chart is Eris, the goddess of war and strife. Who else do I see in today's chart? I'm so glad that you asked. I see Kentucky, Prince Andrew, our ships at sea like the USS Michael Murphy, Qatar, Bahrain, New Mexico, and Epstein. I also see Mars and Aries coming to the same degree that Donald Trump shares with Israel and Mexico. You see that Mars and Aries is also opposing Lebanon's Neptune and Libra. Not good. This means that the things that Lebanon's government doesn't see, the contracts that doesn't involve them, is where Mercury is going to also come and oppose their Neptune and Libra. Also see that Nevada's chart is ignited all day today. And that is the reason why they are having a swarm. They just had a 5.7 earthquake in Silver Springs, Nevada. With Uranus being critical in Taurus at a 29 degree, there is definitely energy that is surrounding resources, the earth, and shakeups that could be abrupt. Uranus being at this 29 degree in Taurus is also about our food supply and the money markets, values, things that we own, things that we possess, groups being shaken up with the electromagnetic field, anything having to do with electricity or magnetism. Again, with all of this volatile energy, there is still clarity, restraint, and conscious choice that could be made in the moment. We can still express our energy in a good and productive way. On this channel with Astrology for Mystics with Jen, we watch, we observe, and we don't try to fix, manage, control what's going on around us. And with that said, please leave your comments. Please hit the thumbs up. Share the video if you like it. And until my next live, until my next video, peace out.